Hi! Welcome back to my channel. Today, we'll be discussing At Puppy Love by Hamnya. And if you haven't already, go ahead and click subscribe now and get your BL Library card for the BL Library. But before we get started, there will be spoilers, so if you don't want to be spoiling this manhwa, go ahead and click off now. No worries, I'll catch you next time. For those of you who decide to stick around, let's go over some content warnings. There may be references to BDSM, puppy play, sexual assault, blackmail, bullying, and PTSD as these things do appear in the manhwa. But if that's okay with you, let's go and get started. Seoyeon is an online influencer. After a picture of him cross-dressing went viral and was passed around his school, Seoyeon had to quit school, leave his family, and go into hiding on his own. Thankfully, with the image going viral, he was able to rebound into an online career under the moniker Mr. Puppy. With his whole world revolving around the internet, Mr. Puppy doesn't have to leave his home for much, which he's fine with. Yet, as the days go on, Mr. Puppy's loneliness only grows. Mr. Puppy isn't lonely for long though. One day he receives an inappropriate DM from a medical student named Yeonwoo. Yeonwoo likes cute things, and Mr. Puppy fits the bill. Yeonwoo also fits Mr. Puppy's preferences, and they start an online relationship with Yeonwoo as a master and Mr. Puppy as his pet. While this satisfies for a time, it isn't long before they crave more. Can the relationship survive the transition from an online fling to a physical one? And can love grow from a master-pet relationship? To start with, this is super cute. The art is absolutely adorable, and Seoyeon in particular is one of the cutest bottom designs I've seen. Yeonwoo's design also gives off major daddy energy, which is perfect for the BDSM dynamic of this particular series. I'm not sure that I would have ever paired them together, and sometimes it feels like they're from two different series, but when they come together, it's not a bad sight by any means. Seoyeon is a precious being who must be protected, and he does the eyes some good. Unfortunately, he does look super young, which isn't my favorite thing in the world, especially in a smut-heavy series like this, but they're both adults, so there's that. I also need to take a minute to talk about the BDSM in this. It's questionable whether or not this is really a healthy BDSM relationship. A lot of people will probably say, what does it matter? They're fictional characters, so who cares? As someone who enjoys dubcon and non-con, I feel that, but I do find the whole establishing safe words and aftercare to be some of the sexiest parts of BDSM when it is present, and unfortunately I can't say there is a lot of that in this title. The creator does mention them having a safe word in the Q&A section, but since it isn't in the context of the narrative, I can't really say that counts. If you're interested in healthy BDSM, Alien in My Wardrobe and Aporia are pretty good representations, though they're entirely different vibes from At Puppy Love. Now I get to the saddest part of all this. This is only a single season, which is fairly short. However, this was initially slated to have a second season, but it ended after the first season due to extenuating circumstances with the creator. Thankfully, the story actually has a decent ending for it not to be the intended one, so I can't say it isn't cohesive or doesn't make sense. Yeonwoo and Seoyeon end up together in a relationship beyond the master-pet relationship they began with, which is really precious to see. However, it does leave a lot to be desired. We don't get much background about Yeonwoo, who remains a mystery from beginning to end. While we do get some surface level background on Seoyeon, I would have really liked to have seen more, especially about how his trauma might affect his relationship with Yeonwoo. We also didn't get any actual resolution on Seoyeon's fear of crowds, nor any more information on Haram, Seoyeon's only friend, which I would have liked to have seen. Seoyeon doesn't grow very much. He seems to be more confident in expressing his desires, which is excellent, but I would have liked to have seen more evolution in facing his fears. An arc with the family that he ran away from would have been amazing too, but alas, unfortunately it seems we'll never see the intended ending for this particular series. With all that being said, it's regrettable that this ended the way it did. While it ultimately did have a cohesive storyline, knowing that there was meant to be more makes it hard to say this is a complete story. It certainly leaves you wanting more. I hope we get more one day, but if not, I'd still say this is a nice little read. It's not a fully fleshed out deep story, but it's a fun time nonetheless. So, have you read At Puppy Love? If so, what do you think? Do you agree with my assessment? Do you not? Let me know in comment below. Otherwise, I'll catch you next time. Bye!